sandals and shorts, and surf and scuba and sand and sailing and soccer. San Diego, California.
Season's greetings and welcome to Two Balls and a Mic, episode 208. That is 208 weeks in a row. We're going to go ahead and get things started because we do have some San Diego soccer news. San Diego Wave specifically, Taylor Kornieck is no longer part of the San Diego Wave. He got traded over into Louisville, Racing Louisville. We're going to go ahead and get into that and all the other updates with San Diego Wave. We have SDFC Chrome Ball Tour updates. That's going to be happening here in the North County, and then we're going to go ahead and have the details of the rest of the tour as far as right now. Other than that, we have a new segment. We're going to go ahead and do El Juego Bonito. We're going to go into what that's going to be about. We're going to welcome highlights from the community. If you have a goal that you've scored, just want to send it in. We're going to have weekly winners and all that good stuff. But to begin, we have a great guest. To begin, we have a great guest. We actually interviewed a family member. This is the first time we have a family member of an interviewee join us. And we're going to go ahead and talk about some exciting things happening in San Diego in terms of tournaments. El Club América, no sé. That's we could work on that. But we have the great and powerful Brian Enge joining us live in the virtual studio. How are you?
I'm great. Thanks for having me.
Absolutely.
Of course. Thank you for joining us.
Perfect. And some people might already be looking at, this gentleman. You're like, I've seen that person
last
before.
name seems a little familiar, right?
Last name. But overall, you may have seen this name overall in general, COO. That's the correct positioning, correct? You want to go ahead and introduce yourself, Mr. Brian?
Yeah, my name is Brian Enge. I am the COO of Surf Sports, and we are a group that's focused on building youth sports in San Diego and across the country, focused on soccer.
Absolutely. So obviously a household name here in San Diego in terms of youth sports and everything that's being built here and has been built here before any of the professional outlets, in a sense, MLS, NWSL, any iteration of the USL/NISA, Albion. But welcome. Obviously, we have you for a short amount of time, and there was some exciting news that dropped recently, and some event that's going to be rolled out here coming up soon. But could you take us through the name, what this is, what this project is going to be, because it seems incredibly exciting and another great opportunity for the San Diego soccer community to come out and be represented.
Yeah, as you can see, I'm representing Club America as we are pretty excited to launch the Club America Cup. And this is really going to be the youth championships for the Americas. And we really looked at the marketplace we're in. We looked at the Hispanic influence, we looked at the Latin influence, and we said there really isn't the youth championships for kids. We've got Copa America, we've got the Gold Cup, but for youth kids across all the Americas, there isn't one venue to come and really compete to see who's best. And so we looked to Latin America and said, who's the club that we would want to partner with to run an event like this? And Club America was the easy choice, right? Probably the most important club in all of Latin America. 107 years old, owned by Televisa, plays in the most incredible stadium in Latin America, Azteca. And we really wanted to partner with them. They've been amazing partners, and we'll be rolling out the Club America Cup at the end of May, Memorial Day weekend in 2024.
That is exciting news. I mean, just to give you some background here, my friend Alejandro Villaseñor over here's nickname is Chiva. Has a tattoo on his sleeve.
Not a big America fan, but you know what? At the end of the day, the professionalism will take lead in this role. But tell us, Brian, how can teams apply? What teams are you looking for to participate in this tournament?
I think there's some set
already.
So
there's two groups basically. There's the Grupo de Campeones, so will all be Latin American, North American professional clubs, and then the top clubs around around the U.S. So that would be clubs like River Plate, Palmeiras, Chivas, Tigres, obviously Club America, LAFC, LA Galaxy, and then the top non-professional clubs in America like Surf, Strikers, and Legends. And then there'll be the opportunity for youth clubs across the country to come and compete as well in lower divisions. And that they can apply at surfsports.com or clubamericcup.com.
I love that. And again, so some incredible names, obviously, aside from Club America, which, okay, we'll give them their benefit.
Yeah.
But there are some other incredible names, as you were mentioning. Part of it, Palmeiras, part of the Liga do Brasil, one of the biggest teams over in South America. You have LAFC, who are, you know what? We'll give them their part of the benefit of the doubt. They are top dogs, even though they didn't win the championship necessarily, but they're up there. Mm-hmm. They're going to be competing with STFC for views here in the South. ¿Cómo se dice? SoCal, not South Bay.
Yeah.
But no, that's incredible to getting these amount of teams out here and to be involved in this and have a name like Surf. Surf has always been a name synonymous with the best of the best in the youth sphere. And just kind of trying to get your take on this, Brian. What's the landscape look like as far as youth sports with the rollout of these new professional teams, MLS, NWSL? How has that helped just your cause, or has it made things a little bit more difficult for you, or just a bit of both worlds?
Yeah, it's interesting. For us, we're all about experiences and opportunities for kids, especially, for soccer. And the more that we have professional soccer here, the more opportunities that creates. And the more that we have, academies with the Right to Dream or with NWSL, it creates more opportunities and more experience for kids. So we're big fans of it. We work really closely with both those organizations. We care about the sport in San Diego, and we want the sport to thrive, and we want the best kids to have pathways that can take them chase their dreams.
And again, that hasn't been always available here in that sense, but that's great to have an outlet, and that Surf is very much in the mix. You yourself have a personal connection with Surf and the professional game in San Diego. Again, referring to that last name, we had Sierra Enge here, part of the San Diego Wave, and she let us know just kind of in that interview as far as what that influence was from you, from just family members and everybody who supported her, and how important that is to make it big. And is that something that you think is accessible to everybody in those terms? So you got to get lucky at times to have that support, or what is your take on just being so close to this type of experience with you and your family?
Yeah, it's interesting to be called Sierra's dad rather than the other way around these days. And I got to witness this firsthand. We have 4 kids, all of them played soccer, 3 of them played in college, and Sierra's obviously gone on beyond that. And I think we've been able to see that there's a lot of talent out there, and it's really our job to give these kids the opportunity to grow and to build. And sometimes that's family support, sometimes that's club support, sometimes that's financial support, sometimes that's giving a kid a ride to train every day. And so, we've seen it firsthand with our family, and we've seen it firsthand with the thousands of kids we help within our San Diego program. And we see that talent is equally distributed, but opportunity is not. So we pay really close attention to those kids that don't have the same resources that maybe Sierra grew up with, and make sure that we give them a hand in their success.
And that's just the beginning of what we have here in San Diego getting rolled out. And it's things like this, bringing clubs to San Diego that, may not have the opportunity elsewhere as well. Like, Club America can play international, like inside the nation, internacional. The tournaments with other Liga MX academies with this fantastic exposure, and hopefully creates those bridges to possibly have the local lads and lasses excel in the world. And again, could you just go ahead and let us know exactly where and how they can go ahead and apply for this fantastic tournament?
Yeah, the easiest way to do it is go to surfsports.com or to clubamericacup.com. You can Google both of those. The application is directly there. The event will happen over Memorial Day weekend, so May 23rd through 27th for the Grupo de Campeones, and then the 25th through the 27th for the regular event. We should have about 750 teams here. It'll be a major event. It'll be one of the top quality soccer events in the country this year. The awesome thing is we'll have that same quality on both the boys and the girls. And I think one of the really cool evolutions of this event is Club America and all these professional entities across the world are also committed to bring their girls teams here. So in the under 19, 2005, and the 2008 age groups, we'll have an incredible battle of international females as well.
Love that. I really appreciate your time, Brian. I know it's late at night, and it's been crazy weather here in San Diego, and just everything's been upside down today.
We just gotta ask, right? I mean, this off season with Sierra Enge, right? Like, just how is it stressful as a father seeing that, hey, she's not gonna be in San Diego Wave next season? Wait, never mind, she is coming back.
That was not the most fun day. That was a little stressful for all of us, and just super thankful to have her back in San Diego. That girl works incredibly hard and is very dedicated to doing her best in her career. So it's fun to get the opportunity to have a front row seat to that.
I mean, you wouldn't have it any other way, right? Like it's as high stakes as it can possibly get, and I'm very glad to see her excel and really see that development that she's had and make herself a name here in the city of San Diego at Snapdragon. But again, thank you again for your time, Brian. We're going to go ahead and put everything in the description as far as that registration. But thank you once again for your time, and stay dry out there, and go ahead and see you out in the surf, and hopefully at Snapdragon as well.
Thank you, guys. Thanks for supporting San Diego soccer so well.
No problem.
Have a good one, man.
See you guys.
Perfect.
There you guys have it. Big tournaments happening here in San Diego in all ages. I mean, San Diego is just becoming a hub for soccer now in the U.S., right? With the Women's Gold Cup games being hosted at Snapdragon, one of the semifinals, the final, the NWSL Championship was here in San Diego. So it's on the come up, man.
Yeah, no, I mean, that's the thing. It's always been here. And since a while back, I mean, I was part of a...
Do you think Snapdragon kind of opened up more opportunities for these games to happen?
Yeah, I mean...
It wouldn't happen at any other stadium here. It wouldn't happen at Torero.
I don't think you're right. I don't think it would have, but it's a nice little stake. Go ahead and check if the little thing is fixed on there. But thank you for everybody who... You're still there, right?
Yeah, I'm still here.
No, but like the echo.
I think so, yeah. Let us know in the chat if there's a little bit of an echo, trying to fix it.
There's a lot of bit of an echo. Let's see. Because there is a way and a reason for everything.
Is my mic good? Yeah, right.
Yeah. I don't know. Soccer in San Diego.
Let us know. If it sounds good, let us know. So we'll just keep going.
You can keep on testing it. See if I can do, no?
Yep.
Perfect. Who knows why that was? We will have everything all packaged up and everything. There is new updates here at the Two Balls at a Mic studio because it is 209 episodes. We're a little bit too HD. We upgraded to another thing, as we still have Two Balls and a Mic there.
But yeah, let's move on to San Diego Wave, right? Just a lot happened today. We kind of woke up with some breaking news, right? So, Tony, if you want to tell us exactly what happened with Taylor Kornieck.
Yes, and thank you, Henry, letting us know. All good, guys. Was just with Brian. We will have that audio packaged up and synced up with clean audio on our end for that. So it's all good. Heard him great in the cans. You guys should have been here. It was fantastic. But other than that, there was, like as you're saying, Chiva, some breaking news that came down this morning as I was driving from Palm Springs. Because guess what? I saw snow for the first time, and I just had to drive to the mountains, to the desert, to find snow.
Were you a little let down?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I wasn't prepared for it. Like I wasn't prepared for the snow.
So it was a surprise.
And we took a little in Palm Springs. There's a lift that kind of takes you to the second highest trolley lift thing in the world. And so it was fun just getting up there, but there was snow, and it was
Did you make a snowball?
I made a snowball.
Did you throw it at someone?
I did not throw. Yeah, yeah. We're just gonna make a snowball, and all right.
I mean,
let's leave it there.
Yeah, that's cool.
No, but it was fun. I still can't bend. So then I had to drive back all the way from Palm Springs into work this morning. So as some of you guys may know who live in San Diego, it wasn't the driest of conditions, and actually it was very interesting because it was raining the entire time from Palm Springs here, and not a dry patch in sight. However, the hardest hit, and I think this is the biggest insight that I can give, today weather-wise, right, was that I drove pretty much all of San Diego coming from the 15. The spot that had the hardest rain throughout that whole drive was from on the 805 from Imperial, where the Jackie Robinson YMCA is. Yeah. And from there to 8th Street in Chula Vista.
Oh, wow.
That section.
How long did that rain? How long did that take you to get through that rain?
I mean, I was fine. Okay. I'm really, it was one of the most miserable, worst conditions for rain.
Did you still enjoy driving? I know you love driving.
I fucking loved it. I love that.
Okay.
But anyway, as I was driving here, there was some breaking news in terms of San Diego Wave.
Okay, that explains so much why the tweet was very poorly tweeted out.
Yeah, because again,
you could have just told me, "Hey, dude, I'm driving." Posted.
No, because that's how dedicated I am to our new roles and making sure that we stick
but not
to
if the content, if the post is going to be pretty shitty.
It was not, and I fixed it, and everything was a-okay.
I think mine was better that I quoted it.
It honestly was.
Yeah, and that's why I deleted it just because you put it, and I was like, you know what, Tony put it first, whatever, but by a few seconds actually.
Yeah, and even me don't do that, guys. Please do not.
Yeah,
do not break news and drive.
Next time, just let me know, and I'll put it on Twitter. But yeah, I mean, this is the breaking news. Taylor Kornieck going to Racing Louisville. That is a shock to a lot of people. $150,000 in allocation money. That should mean either you're going to pay someone, you're going to get a big name coming into San Diego, right? How did you like this trade?
I mean, is less necessarily the word that I would technically use there.
You didn't like it?
I don't think so, only because I mean, she had something to prove here in San Diego last year, and it didn't quite get there. There was injuries with Taylor, and she wasn't quite what we saw in that first year over at Torero into Snapdragon, where she was that focal point, right? Casey couldn't figure out where to put her. You can either put her in the attack, you can put her in the midfield. You have you in the midfield. Sharon is going to go ahead and lob it. She's going to go ahead and get that header and connect with Morgan.
Yeah.
And somebody over in the wing, Sophia or somebody, and then eventually get a dangerous play. As she went along, it ended up being header, pass, Morgan, and boom, goal.
That's the classic, yeah.
And that just became a huge part of the offense and the style of San Diego Wave. But coming back this last year, that wasn't something that was as apparent, I want to say. And, she was definitely I know.
Oh,
I know because we have to see. We have to keep that in mind. All right.
all
So
right. We're learning. Oh, you can unmute me now. We're
nah,
learning as we're
I think
going in
I
this
think
one.
we liked it without you. Thank you guys in the chat. This again is all going to go through st.futbol, Football. You can find it on Instagram. You can find it on Snapchat. Two things.
Damn, anybody still use Snapchat?
You can find it on Instagram. You can find it on Spotify. You can find it on Apple. We're going to go ahead and package all the audio, including Sierra Enge's dad, Brian Enge, COO of Surf.
Mhm.
But yeah, so we're going to go ahead and have that. Thank you again, everybody.
Esteban, appreciate you, my boy.
Because I have to have this one on because the audio is linked to here,
Gotcha. Okay.
right? So now I have to figure out if there's a way because I can't remove this.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But let's see. Boom. Boom. Boom.
Boom, boom, boom.
Boom, boom, boom.
All right. Yeah. So we should still be good, right?
Yeah, no, we should still be good. And that's
Okay,
the thing. We're here. It's an upside down day. Let us know how you guys stay dry. Is your neighborhood underwater? Is your neighborhood okay? Is your neighborhood, kayak zone? Because I've seen some places across San Diego that was very interesting. Instead of soccer practice, Esteban's going to go ahead and do a water polo video along with Brandon. In any case,
Yeah. So okay, let's get back to Kornieck, right? I personally think it's a good move from San Diego away. Like you said, she had been struggling since those injuries, right? Whether she requested to move away, whether it's like it was mutual or anything like that. I think on the long run is going to be a better trade for San Diego Wave. Kornick did have her best moments of her career with Wave, right? She got called to the national team. She was a key starter. She was making an impact on the score sheet. But since that injury, she hasn't been the same. At the end of the day, if you're paying this much money for a player and she's not performing the way you first wanted to or how she was, you got to cut ends loose. You're gonna have to trade her, and eventually get the allocation money or a different player.
Yeah, and I think she was moving into a different part of her just life in general. And again, this is very much speculative. And with her new direction in marriage-wise and last name-wise, like that's something that was, she even joked about it when she announced, like, I'm sorry for all the people who bought a Kornieck jersey. Is going to go ahead and change now. And so everyone was like, okay, well, San
Do you
Diego
think
Wave.
she felt so bad that she's like, hey guys, trade me instead,
No,
please?
I mean, not for that, but
Taylor Flint.
another
the new one.
Another product that went through the Surf Academy program.
Mhm.
But that's going to be something to look into as far as where would that money go potentially, because I know there is more movements. And Chivo, you heard a little bit about this. Obviously, this is a big loss in terms of name, in terms of player that's been here, first team player.
Yeah.
First team player departing. But is that it for transfers or?
I mean, a quote that she gave that recently was shared was, I'm super excited to have a chance to represent this organization. New beginnings are usually tough, but in the amount of support I have, I already received says. But if the amount of support I already received says anything about the future, this is going to be a special place.
But yeah,
so it'll be.
I shouldn't have made you read. Actually, I didn't make you read. I actually asked you a different question entirely.
Yeah, I know. I'm just reading the quote that she said.
Okay.
But other than that, trade wise, there are rumors that there should be another player, maybe leaving San Diego Wave this week, something like that.
So that's where you've heard sources wise.
Yeah.
Okay. Glad we got that fumble over. But there is other news about, you got that one.
Yeah.
And I got mine. And I know there was some discussion about, actually we started. It was out there. About Sofia Jakobsson potentially leaving because of that slot. I do think that it's worked out where she's going to be staying. So se queda. Sofia Jakobsson, this is kind of sources letting us know that that's indeed going to be happening as of now. Again, until it's official.
Okay.
And that's something that we've come to learn, where I've heard stuff that I was going to go ahead and feel confident saying, and it didn't turn out to be that way at all.
Rumor.
But either way, that's kind of on the rumor mill. A player taking off, another player taking off, / Sofia staying. So that's going to be definitely something positive to be looking forward to, and what this team is going to look like, and what the shape is going to be, because now you have a different type of play style that you can really attack. Morgan, and we talked about it a little bit last time,
Mm-hmm.
and people had their opinions, and I challenged those opinions as far as why they think Morgan should have been in the FIFA Pro Best 11, which at the end of the day, that list doesn't matter. It's just another award. Like, you're gonna tell me, like, wow, like Haaland going over to Dubai and accepting that award over Cristiano Ronaldo or al revés really matters all that much? No, it doesn't. It's just another gala to attend.
They just say Messi has 10% chance of winning the 2024 Ballon d'Or. So,
And you know what? If he was to somehow win it as an MLS player with no World Cup, I don't know, man. I think you have to just
I think
bow
someone
down to the
commented-
greatness.
someone had commented on Twitter on that post. Hey guys, he won the 2022 World Cup. He deserves it.
I mean, how long is that going to carry, right? But all right. In terms of San Diego Wave, there is news that did drop, and that is that the Challenge Cup is finally announced. We had that information a while back, actually. I even asked Bregman, the commissioner of the NWSL, and was part of that discussion as far as like, hey, the Challenge Cup. She said it then and reiterated, Jessica Bergman. And now it's official. Gotham versus San Diego Wave is going to kick off the 2024 NWSL season this year. And so this is going to be the Challenge Cup, but obviously it's a repackage.
Yeah, it's essentially the Community Shield.
Yeah.
For the Premier League. Those of you who don't know, it's just the winner of the league against the winner of the cup. So since San Diego Wave won the Shield by ending in first place in the table, they won that. So they're essentially going to play the champion of the tournament of the season, which was Gotham. How this game will turn out, it's hard to say, right? San Diego Wave right now is one of the most well put together teams, a lot of returning players. But Gotham just came off a season where they win it all, competing hard in playoffs, and you add Rose Lavelle and Emily Sonnet to this lineup. Like two world-class midfielders joining this team, whether it's a Kevin Durant moment saying, well, you know what, can't beat him, join him, or something like that. But it's going to be a very good start to the NWSL season. This game will take place in New Jersey.
Not here.
Red Bull Arena, March 15th, 5 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. It will be broadcast or streamed through Prime Video.
So there's a couple of different broadcasting partners for the NWSL, and it's part of the growth that they're trying to really cement.
Prime Video's tapping in on sports so much, especially in Mexico as well. So for the future, just keep in mind. Wow, this is the beauty of a ball, right?
No, I actually really like the NWSL soccer balls are actually really dope.
They are sick.
And it's just the feel of it. Very SDFC, the little outlines.
And that's been the design of that specific soccer ball though for a while from Nike.
But yeah, so either way, Gotham and San Diego will get the season started and kicked off. The thing about this team is that they should be ready by then. It's not a long time. It's not a long time. It's not
what, a month and a half essentially now?
Yeah, it's not going to be the final product of what this team will eventually look like either side, right? Because again, what you know is San Diego Wave was one team. Then you had a bunch of FIFA, Fechas FIFA, and a lot of international games to you supplemented your team with those picks. There's not a lot of international breaks this season, and that's something that NWSL has been working on. But if there was, and if there is, and when it does happen, Gotham is actually going to be one of those teams that's going to be absolutely smashed by international players leaving. And so,
that's a great point, actually.
Yeah, but either way, that's going to be something interesting to look forward to coming up, because that's going to be soccer in San Diego. Soccer in San Diego is going to be wave through and through, and that's going to be what's going to be the marker for what Snapdragon can do. And I don't think anybody would take credit if Wave was to boost over 20,000 average season, and wouldn't be like, oh, well, see, that's the MLS boost. Like, people are curious to to see what Snapdragon's like and are preparing. Like, no. They have an established fan base. They have an established everything. And I think it's time for Wave to really step it up and grow in a significant way where, that's going to be the center. They're going to be the A side.
You think people will actually say that though?
No. And it's already pissing people off that that's going to be insinuated even that, it's not a commentary on SDFC. It's not a commentary on anything other than heralding the great work of San Diego Wave in filling those seats and filling and selling out on several occasions to the rafters. Like it's packed. And yeah, sure, there is Challenge Cup games last year that didn't have that many people there, but they're still paid their parking.
8,000.
They still paid their parking. That Snapdragon and SDSU imposes on the fan bases of
SDSU
soccer.
Thanks a lot.
I'd be upset if I go to a Legion game and I'd pay you that much.
That would be crazy.
I would be very upset. How much is
Legion?
Legion? Yeah, how much is Legion?
We're gonna hit up
parking?
Johnny. Johnny goes to those games
Richardson.
every time. Shout out to Johnny Richardson, everything San Diego. I'm gonna ask him, like, hey man, how much is parking for those games?
Well, he's gonna, he'll know.
Yeah, he'll know. There's always signs. You know who's been very active on Instagram? Casey Stoney.
Oh, yeah.
Casey Stoney has been super active. She shared a post saying how Kornieck will be missed. She went to Disney on Ice, so being engaged in the San Diego activities over at Pachanga Arena. It's a nice facility. Disney on Ice has been there for years. Have you ever checked that out?
I was taken.
You have gone
as a kid, yeah, 100%.
Bro,
I watched Ringling Brothers and
I've never been.
It's okay. It's actually pretty good.
Okay.
But it's interesting, Casey, being herself, being really enjoying what San Diego has to offer. There's a goalkeeper academy that popped up, not AG1, a different one that popped up that I guess she was engaged with. Caitlin Sheridan was out there. Looked like a fun event. But I mean, interesting to see Casey Stoney be, parking over at Pachanga and not watching.
So she knows where it's at.
She knows where it's at, and she knows probably. I hope Craig has talked up to San Diego Soccers and has invited her to a game.
She was on his show, so maybe he slid some tickets, invited her in the Calafina Lounge. Good sitting area
in the Stella Lounge, which. Man, what a time for San Diego to flood. The 2 weeks after the sports arena floods, I hope nothing else flooded or reflooded.
Is there an update on the celebrity media game?
Not officially. Not officially, but
so you can't say?
No. Not because it's not official. Like it's not things might change.
But it's still going to happen.
Not officially.
Not
officially.
Pinche morro suertudo, te salvaste, güey.
I mean,
absolutely. This is what happened. This was the year I was going to score. You had to flood it. You had to ruin it. Wow. All right, well, what we know from San Diego Wave, Kelly Kornieck traded to Racing Louisville. Challenge Cup game against Gotham. It'll be nice to see when we have to mark in the calendars when the games are going to be.
So actually, sources confirm that the NWSL schedule will be out this Thursday.
Look at that. Mark your calendars, ladies and
gentlemen. So Thursday is going to be the day to look for and really plan out everything. So Thursday will be the schedule release day. I don't know if that means that each individual team already has their individual package to announce what these games are. But either way, the league will announce the dates for all the matches for the 2024 NWSL season this Thursday. So keep your eyes and ears open for that. Is there anything else, Wave?
I saw they tweeted something about having a summer camp being offered for kids, right? So that's pretty cool.
I mean, yeah, but that's our job.
That's our job.
That's our legit job that pays us.
But yeah, no, that's pretty cool seeing them being offering opportunities like this. How expensive it is, I have no idea. I tried to register, but you need to have all the info. And I was like, que hueva hacer todo esto just to see how much it costs. If someone's planning on registering their kids to the summer camp being offered by San Diego Wave this summer, I'm just curious. Let me know in the DMs or let us know the price range on that, because Personal reasons.
Oh, don't do that.
Oh, sorry. You do it.
Oh,
all the
because
time.
you're going to try to compete and set your price to what? I mean, no, your
Yeah,
price
no,
is
no,
going to
no,
be
man.
so much cheap. Okay,
I
let
reckon-
me train with Sheridan. Let me train with Jaden Shaw, or
There goes our chances of getting San Diego
Or-
Wave to come out to our summer camps.
or you get to train with this guy. Yeah,
No, I mean, or this guy.
no, he's too good. When will kit waves drop? That's going to be something that's going to be also coming up soon in terms of what it's going to look like. And again,
It should look different now.
it should.
Because
but
remember what
it's the
Ali
first 2
told us
years.
before? It takes 2 years, right? For like having kind of like a template kit. And then after that, you can kind of be creative with it or something like that. That's what we heard before. You were saying, Tony, I mean, are you expecting something different?
I mean, no,
Ooh.
I don't expect it to be revolutionary. If it's really cool, then I'm down with it. If I get this again,
Man.
no, like I don't need a training
Like
kit.
something different that stands out, like Thorn's uniform with the roses. That was super sick.
Oh, bro, yeah, just put a giant wave design, like an
It'd
actual
be better than
ola,
this.
an actual ola design.
All I'm saying is you're the only show in town for the year. Literally the only show in town when it comes to soccer, professional soccer in San Diego.
So many breaking news.
Oh my
breaking
gosh.
news confirmed. I mean, let me just
let
let me set
confirm.
this up. No, I have to make sure. Because again, we wouldn't want to give the impression that it's not. But I think it's confirmed. Breaking news has been said that San Diego Albion has been confirmed to not be returning to the NISA this season.
Ni un milagro? ¿Los ayuda?
Nope. That's the
Oh,
last thing we
man.
heard. It was going to take a miracle. But no. So yes, literally, as you were saying, the only show in town. That's the only show in town.
AFC dropped their jerseys
AFC
today.
did drop their jerseys today. Did you see them?
Looking at it right now. Okay. I like it better than Wave's first kit.
Let me share this right here. Share screen.
Man,
AFC.
I mean that's cooler than the basic kit that Wave had last their first season.
I mean the standard, the floor, the absolute floor was not that high. Do I like it? No, I do not like it. Now, does it mean that what you're saying is
I like their crest.
is not true? Then no, it's also not true. This right
think
here
it was
tweet
better
courtesy
than-
of Women Kick Balls. But yeah, they're going to be their inaugural kit. Nike, come on, dudettes.
I mean, we already know Nike sucks when it comes to dropping kits. Not original at all, but we'll see what happens in the USL. A lot of teams are partnering now with Charlie, so thank you, San Diego Loyal, for
Charlie Wave
opening
kit, bro?
those. Oh, that'd be sick, but it can't happen. Same reason why MLS teams can't partner with Charlie.
I prefer 3 straps over Charlie any day. And
Really?
I will tell that to anybody's face.
Really?
When San Diego Loyal
Okay, Adidas
went,
drops cool designs too.
no, not even cool designs. The feeling, the texture of it, the quality
I
of
do
it,
like Adidas
the
kits, yeah.
quality. And that's the thing. Like Chadley, like, yeah, sure. Designs, great. Awesome designs.
Pero el material,
But what is it actually made? That's a game-worn shirt.
bench worn, but yeah.
Bench worn. But it's not comfortable to play in.
Por
It's
eso valió madre lo-
heavy, it's thick, like it's weird. Like, but Adidas is of top notch quality. Too bad that there's not a lot of Adidas stuff at the 18 Thread store because that's not here yet. Soon it's going to be rolling out with that. With that.
Hey man, they dropped new merch. They have shot classes and everything.
And you know what? That's fine. It's fine. Procrastinating Puma. If you prefer the feel of the Charlie kits, that is okay.
Tú porque estás chonchito y Adidas,
As a
they're
fat
chonchito
guy.
friendly. Yeah.
As a fat guy,
Adidas are very chonchito
the
friendly.
silkiness of Adidas. Was like, how do I say Adidas? Of Adidas is top notch. and it fits nice. It fits well. It stretches a little bit more.
It does.
Childhood kits don't have that much give. The strictness of the sizes. If you're 3X, you better be like 3X.
Borderline 2X.
Yeah, you can't be bordering. You cannot be bordering anything else. Not that I'm necessarily am, but I like
the comfort, a little loose in the goose.
The score kits from the AYSO. I've seen some of those, and I've felt just in cleaning.
So you never played AYSO.
Yeah, no. Maybe I just put some more effort into their plus sides, and you know what? That's why I appreciate them. In Mexico nomás hay
they do.
Inditos que, what are you saying?
Wait, you're telling me when I was bigger and Chivas were Puma, Puma,
no.
Vale madre, güey. Me acuerdo una vez me compré el 3X. Dije, no mames, this is like an XL, no sean mamones.
Yeah, even with their shoes, Puma, if you're a size 10, you
no te quedan,
the size 10 are actually like size 8.5.
Yeah, vale madre.
And they're
Puma
curved.
when it comes to that.
Like,
Yeah,
oh
it sucks.
My God.
I fit comfortably.
I for one welcome the new Adidas overlords here in MLS. But yeah, so in any case, anything else for San Diego Wave? I don't believe that's it.
Yeah.
Cool. Because we do have what's the haps with SDFC. Do we still have more subscribers than them? I hope not. I really hope not. Oh, hey, it's our pal. I want to see if it's coming up.
Yeah, I mean,
yeah, we'll check
this video 4 days ago.
Check it out.
Was born and raised here in Oceanside, California, and I'm a huge soccer fan, football fan. I honestly been waiting my whole life for San Diego to have an MLS team, so it was a no-brainer for me.
Hey, she a real street stalker, show stopper. Yeah, she get it done proper.
So I really wanted to make something that really represented Oceanside. So I went with a lighthouse, and that's over at the harbor. I have Charlie the Pelican, which I think is a hero of the whole piece. Charlie is a pelican that posts up over here at the bait shop. He's been around for many, many years. He's not our official mascot, but most of us claim him as our mascot. I believe I also have a palm tree. I just felt like that really represented Oceanside. So Oceanside is basically what we call Oceanside. If you're a local, you'd call it Oceanside, not Oceanside. So I wanted to add that in there. I have the 55 because we all know Junior Seau is big here in Oceanside, the Seau family. Everybody loves Junior Seau out here. You should come out here and surf. So I kind of just wanted to add a little 55 to the piece to just, pay respects to him and the Seau family. You want to be a supporter right now? Yeah. Come and grab it.
SDFC, baby. All the way in Oceanside. Let's do this. Let's get our kick on. You heard me?
Community is everything, especially for a city like Oceanside. I feel like we've always been looked past, so we tend to be forgotten a lot. But honestly, Oceanside is one of the most beautiful cities in San Diego County, probably even California. We have some of the best talent out here. So it means a lot to us and to me. Like, I love it. I don't think I've ever felt disconnected to San Diego County as a whole. You're highlighting every single city. And I think that's very important for all the locals because I feel like San Diego County, everybody always says San Diego. No one really says Oceanside, Esco, Carlsbad, but there's a lot of cities within San Diego County. We have all walks of life here in Oceanside. So I definitely think that literally represents Oceanside. It's woven into one. Man, I'm excited to come out here with my friends. I know everybody's going to show up. I got John, Obed, some of my childhood friends coming out and performing. I'm really excited to see the community come out and show out for us. And I'm just excited to be with all my friends and enjoying Oceanside and San Diego Football Club.
I like that video. Big shout out to SDFC for dropping videos like this. I mean, if you ask me, I couldn't tell you I know anything about Oceanside. So this video kind of does help out a little bit to understand that. Are they still part of San Diego? I mean,
it's part of San Diego. Actually got into it with somebody who was like, no, it's not a city in San Diego. It's like, no, it's not in the city of San Diego. It's part of the county of San Diego. Because again, SDFC is a county-wide operation. It's a county-wide team. The 18 cities woven into one. They're still not necessarily including the unincorporated parts, but that's why they're unincorporated. You know what? Incorporate yourselves, guys. Pine Valley, Lincoln Acres, looking at you guys. I forgot this guy is joining an increasingly long list of people who SDFC has hired that would have done a better job with the crest.
Wow.
Potentially, and that's we'll never know. But it's good that the showcase is happening. You wowed at something. Did you wow at the comment?
Yeah, at the comment. I mean, it's a good point, right? It would be interesting if all these artists eventually just kind of design their own crest to see what could have been. But at the end of the day, I think it's already growing on people. I think everyone's moved past that crest already. But
I really do think so.
Some people haven't.
I really do think that the majority of the transition has already started to happen for
where people are on board with it.
Yeah. And I think kind of also have a piece in them that allows them to consider following and being a supporter of STFC. And you know what? For what it's worth, that's thanks to in part to the work that STFC has been doing and the direction that they're taking the community and the team. And again, the direction that the community will take the team in is yet to be determined because that's still getting built out. I think there's a lot of leading the witness from the club side where, you know, they're doing their due diligence and going into these communities and going to the nitty gritty of it and educating the rest of the community as far as like, these are your brothers, these are your sisters that are part of this San Diego-ness and will be at Snapdragon, right? And that's the hope. But at the end of the day, I'm waiting to see kind of when is there going to be pushback. And I'm not saying that needs to happen now. They need to get upset about. There's really nothing to get upset or have opinions about that are not necessarily incredibly personal or just biased for whatever reason. But it's going to be interesting how they continue to build the community aspect and if that's going to pay dividends when it comes to filling up that stand, filling up that supporter section. And again, it's a cool little video from STFC, courtesy of their Twitter, as far as kind of you want to start taking notes as far as where they're going for the rest of the tour. You got pins here, you got Oceanside, you got the 805 there crossing with a unnamed cross freeway, Encinitas, El Cajon, National City, Coronado, down in South Bay, middle of San Diego, downtown. It's gonna be the Chrome Ball Tour.
Yeah, so on their website you can see the cities that they're gonna be going to with already months. Some already have specific dates and locations. So Saturday, January 27th, that's this upcoming Saturday, is gonna be in Oceanside at the Oceanside Amphitheater. I believe it's going to be from 11 a.m. to 8 p.m. There's going to be a 40-team street soccer tournament. Along with dance performances from local artists from Oceanside. But yeah, check that out on their website, sandiegofc.com, or I mean, you can just look up sandiego.futbol and we'll have some information on that as well. But yeah, the next one after this one is going to be in Escondido. It's also kind of far drive.
It's a far drive for some, but it's a close drive for others.
Yeah.
The official line here is San Diego Chrome Ball Tour comes to Oceanside. It's going to kick off at 18-city Chrome Ball community engagement platform for this Saturday at the Oceanside Amphitheater. You're saying it's going to feature a 40-team street soccer tournament that includes 3 divisions: adults, girls, boys, youth, boys, and girls, youth,
and boys. Youth.
Correct. Fans also be treated to musical performances from Oceanside natives Obed Padilla and John Gives, local food vendors and artist exhibitions throughout the day. More complete information about the Chrome Ball Tour Oceanside stop can be found on their website, as you're saying. We're going to have the foreign freestylers there as well. Polynesian heritage performance from Mana, Mineral Costa College dance performance and musical groups, and Wild Nation Dance Crew with the K, also part of this. But that's going to be one of the big events that's happening. This is their kickoff, so there's a lot of attention to what they're going to go ahead and be bringing for the Chrome Ball Tour. I don't know if people are still excited for the Chrome Ball itself because we've seen it tour around. Correct me if I'm wrong. Hold on. Yeah. Correct me if I'm wrong. I was under the understanding, and I hope because people are listening and they inform me a little bit more. Wasn't each panel going to be decorated by the city or artists in the city on the Chrome Ball?
I heard something about that.
If not, it's not, and that's
I couldn't tell you if that's the case. I've heard something similar, but I couldn't tell you for sure if that's the case because that would have been pretty sick. But I haven't heard anything about it. Say this right. I was talking to my significant other about, oh yeah, they're gonna showcase a chrome ball like across all. So she got excited that they're coming to Chula Vista, saying, "Oh, that's really cool. Like I wonder where they're gonna do it in Chula Vista." So that kind of got me thinking. Okay, yeah, we are going to be going in Chula Vista, in National City, in places like that, right? I thought for Chula Vista, the obvious one would be Third Avenue.
Mm-hmm.
Like that would be the best place, right? You have the little park right there. You have where they usually put the Christmas tree up. You can put the chrome ball there. But they haven't announced a location yet for Chula Vista. Should be in April. I'm just curious, just because I do live in Chula Vista. National City. You're from National City. Do you know a place maybe that they could put it? Like, where would the best spot for them be?
Where we play soccer Sundays
Kimball Park?
in Kimball Park.
So that's an iconic park in National City, right?
Yeah, but it's a dump.
It is.
I love it. I love it.
that represents National City. It's a freaking dump sometimes.
Hey,
nasty city, if you know what I mean.
Some of the things
Peter Piper way.
Is it really a street event if it's invite only? And this is that's what I was looking for right now. Right, they're announcing the tour, and I'm looking at the release as far as what the event is going to be, and I'm trying to find. So this was announced.
Mm-hmm.
There's going to be 40 teams. Is there a way, say I have, Gorditos FC and want to play in the street ball tournament? Is there anywhere where I can sign up? And that's what I'm trying to figure out.
I didn't see them post anything about signing up, anything like that. I don't believe I've saw anything.
40 teams, one of those 4-core cash and prizes. Okay. So I mean,
it is very interesting to know how they are selecting these teams, if they're inviting them. I can imagine a lot of the teams that participated in the Street Flow tournament would be taking place in this one as well. But yeah, I mean, I have a friend that played in the team that won the Street Flow tournament and said, "Oh yeah, our coach signed us up.
Yeah,
like he wanted us to go play in that one, so we're gonna go play." But now I'm like thinking, okay, how did you get signed up? Because I believe he told me that. Unless they reached out to him, said, "Hey, do you have your team again?"
Yeah, because our pals of Chicano Futsal, Bridgewater Arcata, Chula Vista Pickup have teams on there. But again, I think that's the club approaching that organization as far as like, hey, like put a team together and you'll be part of this, or given the option of like, hey, you guys can participate. Either way, well, you'll see because you're going to be there on that day reporting.
I will be, yeah.
Because obviously want to make sure that you're not on the naughty list, which is
yeah, of course. No, yo no digo nada. Yeah, I will be there interviewing fans, interviewing people, hopefully interviewing some of the artists performing, and just combining cool little clip. I'm excited to see what the event looks like. I mean, I was really impressed with Street Flow, so I'm really excited to see what it looks like over in Oceanside.
And as far as the dump that Procrastinating Puma and you were talking about, there's a park near the Electric Railway Museum. That's Pepper Park. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Actually, there was a gang that actually a couple years ago buried like pretty deep in there a couple of armed weapons where now the swings are, and I don't think they dug them up. And then they put the actual play structure there, and I think they're still there.
Oh, la madre.
It's a urban myth in National City at this point, but yeah. So that's SDFC in Oceanside. If you're gonna go, it'll be interesting to see. Go catch Chiva. He's gonna be on reporter journalist mode, which he will remain in.
Yeah,
and come say hi.
Yo me voy a portar bien. In other news, when it comes to not necessarily SDFC, but Right to Dream, right? FC Nordsjaelland was in town.
Absolutely.
So they were training and had a scrimmage at the Olympic Training Center. Per their Instagram, they shared it. They were going to play.
Let me react better. Okay. What? FC Nordsjaelland was here?
They were.
Tell me more about it.
Yeah, so they were
training. Did you know?
Yeah.
How'd you know?
Because of their Instagram and their social media posting that they were here in San Diego.
But I don't know if we said, right?
No.
Stupid.
Yeah, no. So they had a scrimmage against Cholos, whether it was close to media, so we got no information on it. Only the post from FC Nordsjaelland. Cholos didn't even post anything about it.
Yeah, because it was under 23,
under 23, under 21, whatever it was. They ended up winning 5-0.
Mm-hmm.
I believe Iloski was on the bench for the second half. Not sure if he got minutes or anything like that. They didn't share substitutions. They just shared both lineups for the first half and the second half. But they did win 5-0. This was what was shared through the team. And you can see who scored the goals.
Yeah, you know, Mads Christian Hansen, Marcus
Ingvarsten,
Marcus Ingatomai, Conrad Harder, Benjamin Nygren,
yeah,
and then Rocco Ascone. The San Diego part of this, obviously in the connection there, being that Duran Ferry was training with the FC Nordsjaelland team. Some pictures were released of that. What's his name? That little session.
What session?
Training session with Duran Ferry.
Oh, yeah. So yeah, he was training there. Still nothing confirmed on where he's still nothing loaned.
Yeah, no, still nothing confirmed as far as the loan, but things are lining up and starting to come about. So stay tuned actually to 2 balls and a mic /San Diego.Futbol on Twitter and Instagram for the latest information on that as soon as it gets confirmed and it drops. So make sure that you are on there. But yeah, you see the great, powerful Duran Ferry doing Duran Ferry stuff as far as showing everybody the way of the land. That's what I was looking at, actually. The trajectory of the ball. I really hope he got there.
It's a good shot, though.
It's a good picture. Yeah, it's a
good picture.
But
Esteban Toscano letting us know in the chat saying FC Nordsjaelland plays so good, super composed and very fast / direct when attacking. Good to know.
I like that.
That's essentially how they've been playing.
Is this you saying it as media? Esteban? Tranquilo, eh?
Oh, hey.
But no, it's good to know. 100%. Like that's what they keep putting out there. The reason that you should pay attention and care about FC Nordsjaelland, this team, this they don't call it sister team, they call it a sibling team for SDFC, is that you're going to go ahead and see exactly the same style that SDFC will play with. And this is exactly what you're describing here, Esteban, is how they go. They're composed, they're fast, they're direct, they pressure. It's the next variation of total football from what I've been kind of I understand from what I've been told. And I've been looking at some of the games, and that's exactly what it is, right? You have a young team that is playing in a certain philosophy, in a certain way of playing. You stick to that way of playing, and it's either you live by it or you die by it. It's going to be interesting to see how the dynamics happen and modifications can happen in game where, you know, if something's not working, and I see that more on the attacking side, right? If something's not working defensively on any given day, you know, you're going to be conceding a lot of goals.
Yeah.
I don't care what adjustments you make, you're going to be conceding a lot of goals. But adjustments in the midfield, adjustments on attacking, where instead of going aerial on one end and really trying to be physical and use your wingers in that sense, where you're going to start slinging it in, and you want that target person in the middle to go ahead and knock it in or be a hold-up person, is that going to be something that can change in the second half or change in mid-game to change the tempo? If a team starts slowing it down, if a team is very patient, if a team is possession-based, and that's going to, you know, tire out the kids, the legs, the fresh legs. I don't care who you are, how much conditioning you have. That's going to go ahead and affect the way that your team performs if they can figure you out that way. And again, I'm glad that people are starting to see and hopefully understand what this product is going to be in San Diego. It says how many teams are under the Right to Dream umbrella. I believe it's 4.
Three professional teams.
3, but 4 with SDFC.
Yeah. So they have FC Nordsjaelland, they have FC Toot, which is the Egyptian soccer league, and then San Diego FC. They have 4 academies. They have the Ghana Academy, Denmark Academy, the Egypt Academy, and now the San Diego Academy. So to answer your question, Callan, 3 professional sports teams, 4 different academies right now. Yeah. And it's only growing.
Yeah. And that's the good part about this, and the caveat of, you know what, with all the potential negativity that can be said, and my experience is a little bit different because I went through a similar academy, quote unquote, kind of pipeline. and I was getting into it with somebody, and actually, like, it was part of the discussion that we had about SDFC. Would you rather play in the MLS or go to Europe in anything? And you said that
Europe and anything.
Europe in anything, right? So
Europe and anything.
I don't know how much of that is true. We got a lot of engagement actually through that. Something that I was hit up with was actually from Sal Zizzo, San Diego Loyals. Um, Hearing myself talk to myself is weird. But he actually disagreed with your point that you were making, that playing in Europe in any league is better than playing in MLS. Any league in Europe better than MLS. Sal Zizzo said, I disagree. It's a measure on which country and division in Europe, not the continent as a whole. MLS, Liga MX, is better than a lot of European leagues, 100%. And that's somebody who's played over there.
How am I going to argue with something like that? Right?
He's played in both, right? That's somebody who has... Yeah, I mean, that's something that he knows personally, and I'd love to get a little bit more insight on that. And I reached out, so hopefully we can make that happen once again. But
yeah, I would love to get a better understanding as to why, from other pro players that have gone on interviews with ESPN and big media company, they do say that just playing and training even in Greece or anything like that, it is a more intense training. You have to be stronger, you have to be faster. To me, there's the reason why teams dream to go to Europe, right? Even if it's to go to Greece or anything like that. The soccer is just more competitive. I believe there's more passion, at least than the MLS. Liga MX, you can argue that it is a little more competitive. But MLS is rising. Don't quote me saying MLS is not competitive or anything like that. But compared to, I will still die on that hill, Tony, where playing anywhere in Europe has to be better than anywhere here in America.
You know, be a good person to reach out to, Cavasel.
Cavasel would be a great.
It wasn't MLS, right? It was USL Championship, but ultimately, like, the levels are there. Charlie, like, I actually, that'd be good. A handful of people to reach out to and ask about. But what I think is that while Right to Dream, and the whole project as a whole is one of the baselines for what's possible across the world. The one thing that Europe for sure will have over the MLS for now, or the future, the near future, is that the infrastructure for soccer is much better in Europe.
Yeah.
And I think that's the argument where I'll split it, is like, well, the quality of play if I get a team from here and I play them head to head here on a neutral ground, again, Cholos FC Nordsjaelland, on a neutral ground with FC Nordsjaelland at their best and Cholos at their best,
FC Nordsjaelland wins.
You think FC Nordsjaelland wins?
They win at least 3-1, 3-0.
Sure.
I'm telling you.
So, like, even like a Chivas, I mean, I'll put that. Yeah,
I think they would be Chivas.
So, what's the best team in Mexico right now?
America or Tigres or Monterrey.
Okay, so
one of those teams.
So
I think
FC Nordsjaelland
compete. But they will still come out on top.
So FC Nordsjaelland would be Liga MX champions. FC Nordsjaelland, if in FIFA,
FC Nordsjaelland plays in European competitions.
FC Nordsjaelland,
not only in Denmark, FIFA, they play in.
You put them into the MLS as the 31st team.
That's completely different.
No. Listen. Not in FIFA. Yeah. I'm just giving you an example so people understand. I know it's completely different. So wait until you dismiss it completely. If you put that team in the MLS, you're telling me that FC Nordsjaelland wins the MLS Cup right now against all the other competitions that they have. Messi, Busquets, Suarez, Galba, and company. Not Vincent company, but company.
I mean, with what I'm saying, yeah.
That's interesting. Okay. I mean, and that's fine. Like, at the end of the day, that's there. That's in Europe. That's not here. That's not going to work entirely here. It's going to have to be adapted into the MLS model if they want to be successful. And that's, again, my worry in general with this San Diego FC Right to Dream Academy project. Mm-hmm. How successful is an academy-based team going to be against the rest of the competition in MLS? The travel's different, right? In Europe, if you're in in Denmark, Dinamarca is not that big compared to the US at all,
No,
right?
that travels
So
a lot less.
that's a component.
I mean, look at Loyal last season, right? The most traveled mileage team in the world.
And is that going to really translate into what this league has? And again, it might revolutionize and change everything because it's a radical new approach to the game and how it's structured, and that can be fantastic. But
it could also be a catastrophe.
It could also be a catastrophe, and it might not be a catastrophe 3-4 years into it. But I think the first 2 years are going to be absolutely crucial for SDFC to really get those ticket sales.
And here's the exactly right where if you have to be patient and you have to give them 3, 4, 5 years for them to be competitive, oh man, you're going to lose fans, especially here in San Diego. You're going to lose fans if you're not performing well. I mean, a lot of fans are already iffy. Like, I mean, I've asked buddies of mine that are like, "Hey, are you gonna go to SDFC?" It's like, no, like it's still MLS, and you still have to win fans. Over with the MLS.
Your pals, are they more Liga MX fans?
And that's a lot of people here in San Diego too. They're more Liga MX fans than MLS fans. So you have to win those fans over. That doesn't mean there's not going to be a lot of people saying, "Oh, well, let's go check it out. I've never had an MLS team, so why not have this one?"
Yeah,
right. That's what you need to target in, but you have to perform. We know this from any other team. If you don't win, if you're not performing, you're going to lose ticket sales.
And that's going to be crucial here, especially when they're renting Snapdragon, and it's not cheap, right? Again, $10,000 for those pitch side seats. From what
you're not going to sell any of those if you're not winning games.
They're not. They're not. Again, a Colorado Rapids San Diego FC game in the middle of the day. I know there's not going to be a lot, but again, just putting it out there. You know. How much are people going to want it? Hey, if you're a Lorenzo Insigne fan, Toronto comes along. Let's go. Yeah. Let's go.
I think SDFC is also hoping that Messi's still in the MLS by the time they're rolling around.
He should be.
Who knows? Who knows? I mean, it's a 2-year contract, right? So probably during that season, he can opt out of the contract and retire or go somewhere else. It's a 2-year. It doesn't mean it's 2 full seasons. It's 2 years. So there's a chance. There's a chance he leaves during that season.
Some cool. I mean, look, it's peripheral to this, and again, it's this rumor mill of like who is going to be Duran Ferre's teammate, who is going to be the guys who will surround and protect Duran Ferre, and they follow the Right to Dream project, their players really closely. Everybody was happy for a graduate, Mohamed Kudus, part of Ghana, who scored his first goal, first Right to Dream player to score in the AFCON, the African Cup of Nations. So, I mean, look,
I mean, he's a key player for West Ham too.
Con Edson Alvarez. And this is part of, for me, this just brings joy. And the kids in the academy absolutely losing it. I do believe this is the Ghana academy, just based on the flags and everything, and obviously the description. It's like one of their own, right? And it's the passion. And I hope this is translated into the American San Diego version of whatever it is, right? You have a player from San Diego who comes in through the academy and eventually plays in the Gold Cup, in La Copa Libertad or whatever.
Yeah.
And they score an important goal, become out of the match. One can only hope. One can only hope. And the speculation comes obviously from not having a lot of information of what's going to happen. Right now, SDFC would be in week 3 of training camp for next year. Like, it's a year from now. How they're going to build out this roster, I'm not sure. What it's going to look like, it's going to look radically different in a year or two.
It's got to start though.
But it's gonna start before you know it. And so I hope San Diego is ready for that, because let me tell you. And again, I refer to LAFC for this a lot because they're impressive. They're going to do what they're going to do. They're going to come in and they're going to try to take over San Diego for everybody's sake. I hope it works. I hope it works. And estoy echando porras a las porras. But we'll see. And let's hope that San Diego FC gives something for the general community of soccer in San Diego to be proud of, and not necessarily have a marketing campaign to make them proud of them. Just be natural about it, be genuine about it, build it out, and people will come.
Yeah. So hopefully we'll see what happens. A whole year and a half left for that to happen, to kick off. But we're going to go ahead and move on and just give you guys a San Diego players update for this past week. Just to recap real quick, Joe Corona back with Cholos in Tijuana, his home team that put him on the map, won the championship, the first ever Cholos Quintles championship in the Liga MX. Joe Corona stayed on the bench for the Cholos game versus Atlas. They tied 0-0. And you have to question, right? Like, okay, Joe Corona, like he just played in the USL. Now he's back in Liga MX. That has to be a drastic change, right? I mean, he's used to it. He has the experience for it. But can he compete? Can he keep up? Is he going to be just more of a locker room player for the team? Is it going to be very interesting? We are working with the team to get Joe on the podcast here in person or via Zoom. No sé qué se cayó. Hopefully this week. Or if not, we'll go ahead. And now I know what fell. If not next week, we are going to be at the Cholos Chivas game this Friday, covering it as media, with the sole purpose to figure out what Tijuanenses think of SDFC.
Yeah, because again, that's going to be something that's going to be interesting in rivalry sense, right? Do people pay attention? Are people paying attention to what's happening? Do people care? If they don't know, we'll let them know. Hey, there is an SDFC coming up, an MLS team across the border. It's going to be a rivalry. It's going to be something that's going to be coming up. Do you know about this? What do you think about this? And that's going to be part of it because there's a lot of people who cross from San Diego to Tijuana to watch Cholos. People who are they going to be fan of both teams? Are they going to be fan of just Tijuana exclusively? What does the team have to do in order to win those fans? Because that's going to be key for the fan engagement and just community engagement is not only in San Diego, but Tijuana is literally tied to the hip to San Diego. So whatever happens in that sense is going to be interesting to see what the people say.
Vienen todos shopping acá, que vayan a un juego, ¿no?
Yeah, exactly. Like go to Las Americas and hand out ticket vouchers, right? Like go for it. Like give free tickets. Give free tickets to radio stations.
Man, that Chromebot would kill it at Las Americas.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know it would.
Hey, Jerry, DK, guys, SDFC
call. Just
San Isidro. If you guys go to San Isidro,
I know it's technically
Americas.
San Diego. Like
put it on the border, on the cross, on the border walk.
Put it. That would be. We're giving you guys great ideas right now. Hope you guys take it. But yeah, so we're also interested in talking maybe post game with Cade Cowell, new player from Chivas, arriving from San Jose Earthquakes, not San Diego related, MLS related. I'm just curious to see. Hey man, how's the transition coming from MLS to
Liga MX?
Liga MX playing in the border.
Yeah. So it's just kind of in that cooker, that pressure cooker that we have. We have Joe, Cade Cowell, who we can hopefully go ahead and get, and Brandon Vasquez, who we're reaching out in order to get that.
He will be coming to TJ2 against Cholo, so we'll definitely be there for that game as well.
100%.
Speaking of Brandon Vasquez, he got his Liga MX debut, getting subbed on and playing 21 minutes, coming off the bench against Santos in a 2-0 victory. He came on, it stayed like that, 2-0. But yeah, making his Liga MX debut. It should be a matter of time before we see him as a starter for Monterrey. Monterrey just making moves in Liga MX, getting big name players. They just signed Gerardo Arteaga, Mexican national team left back. But yeah, that's the team Brandon Vasquez is. If you're not familiar with Monterrey, they are a team that has been relevant for a while in Liga MX. If you had to compare it, like say to a Premier League team, what would Monterrey be?
Monterrey would be, let's see, what's a team was historically in the mid to upper table, but then really got things
Man United?
together.
No.
Nope.
I mean, it's because Tigres Monterrey could be like Manchester because they're in the same city. But I guess Monterrey would be the equivalent to.
Let's see.
Oh, man.
I think West Ham.
West Ham?
I think no.
No, they're a team that competes but can't win the championship. Arsenal? No.
You can't win the championship. Arsenal? Come on.
Tottenham.
Yeah.
They've won titles, but they're
like
close,
a Tottenham
like a
Arsenal
Tottenham.
level team, and they have a really good base and foundation, a new stadium. But we'll see what Brandon Vasquez does on that side. Yes, Joe Corona is a very solid dude, and he's one of those players. Yep, see, West Ham. That's Esteban.
More Spurs.
Spurs. Hey,
we're
on it.
Right on it. But yeah, so we'll see what Joe Corona. Other San Diego players update. Mia Fischel started for Chelsea against Manchester United. Manchester United yesterday. It was a 3-1 victory from Chelsea. She played up until the 54th minute. Was not on the score sheet at all or assist-wise, but she did play those 54 minutes. So that's about what we have for San Diego players. Melanie Barcenas will be playing for the U.S. Women's National Under-17 team. And they believe the first game of the tournament is February 2nd.
Absolutely. So San Diego player action. We're going to go ahead and follow San Diego players very closely, give you the stats and up-to-dates. Scarlett Cambreros actually came back home and spoke to the Rebels
that was pretty cool,
Academy. So that's another player who's out and about doing great things.
Also on the radar for a San Diego football interview. So hopefully we can lock
probably
that in.
on the radar for SDFC too. I mean, at this point, who are they going to sign? But yeah, that's definitely something that's coming up. Thank you, Drew, for texting me. He's like, "What fell?" He's concerned. Like, oh, the stream deck. It's
stream
okay.
Deck fell.
No worries. But all
right. We're gonna do a new segment that we're gonna try it out. Called El Juego Bonito. And Tony, tell us exactly what El Juego Bonito will be.
So El Juego Bonito, as we're gonna throw this up. El Juego Bonito. There'll be probably a bed underneath of music. Let's see if I can. That's the awards. Sure,
it works.
Why not? It works. El Juego Bonito, goals, gaffes, and greats. So it's going to be our take on, if you watch Acción ever in Mexico, they have this segment where it's a highlights of gol, error, y figura. Goal, obviously, being the goals of the week. Error, if mistakes and absolute gaffes and you know, well, am I embarrassed? Moments, and then greats. So just like the figure, the
figure of the week,
the figure of the week, top dog.
And we're gonna try to make it San Diego based, but a lot of times when there's no season or anything, it's kind of hard. But we do have 2 San Diego based performances on this, along with the different one from the Premier League. But we're gonna start with El Gol.
The goal
de la semana.
Of the week, and that's gonna be from one Brandon Escoto.
Chigolazo, güey.
San Diego Soccer's.
Do you wish you would have been on the call for this?
Yes, just to hear Craig do it. Just to hear Craig do it. I would have supplemented it in Spanish, but great goal here.
Pressure on Gomez. Whoa!
Yes, we're up 7-1 already. There's no need. But pinche golazo. And that's why I think you guys can all agree. Brandon Escoto. Oh, Dios mío, doctor.
He didn't throw it to Doctor, give me the news, but shout out to Philly. Oh my God,
dude.
A bicycle kick from outside the yellow line. Are you kidding me?
Okay, if you look at the score, right? Like it's
7-1.
It was 7-1.
Yeah.
But
this made it 8-1.
The San Diego Soccer's just got run off the court at home by Chihuahua, their arch nemesis now, and then they go ahead and respond with this, and that's something that
check out Soccer's Overtime for all info and San Diego Soccer's.
I can look at that all day. Like,
dude, that's
those
a beauty,
huevos,
man.
Those huevos.
Like that should have been in Sports Center top 10, and I know people on Twitter were nominating it with the hashtag. I don't think it got there, but wait, pinches Escoto, take a bow for that one, which is why you win El Juego Bonito goal of the week.
All right, the next one is going to be the gaff. So again, and this is what we want, right, for the goal of the week. If you have people, and I know
whether it's Sunday
Esteban,
League, whether it's
Sunday
League, whether
your pal.
Honestly, Esteban, if it's one of the a golazo that you guys do in your shooting sessions with Brandon or anything, send it over. Nominate it.
100.
If it's a banger, it's going to be a banger.
Absolutely. What a banger. That was sensational, says Callan. Much needed W after what happened last week at home. We move forward, and what a response. Just absolutely
que show, run it back.
Emphatic. Check out Soccer's Overtime tomorrow. Actually, we have Gabriel Costa along with Craig and myself, 5 p.m. Twitch.tv/San Diego Soccers. He is fantastic. O Brasileiro.
I know, Craig. Not
That's the fourth Craig dropped today. All right.
We love
good,
Craig.
Good luck. Good job, Craig. You've stepped up.
Heck yeah, he's putting soccer also in the San Diego, like soccer in San Diego on the map too. Shout out to his show over, what's it called?
97.3 The Fan. Annie and Elston every day at 10 a.m. through 2 p.m. on San Diego's #1 sports station, The Fan. 97.3 The Fan. And through the Odyssey app.
And their YouTube channel.
All right, so we have the gaff.
I nominated this one. I told you about it before the show. I don't think you've seen it yet, right? So I kind of explained to you what it was. To me, the nomination is for the referee. Like, how do you not pay attention to what's going on? And we're going to show you this.
So this mess up is on the referee, you're saying?
Yeah, it's his Ivan Toney's return from injury with Brentford, who Brandon Vasquez was rumored to join Brentford. They didn't end up doing that. He's returning, going to take a free kick. But you see, the referee is distracted, moves the ball over, picks up the spray, and moves the ball even more.
He didn't even wipe the other side.
No. So the gap to me is the referee for paying attention. He ended up scoring this, by the way. He ended up just dribbling it around the wall. Just doing this move over. My question is, can VAR interfere with something like this? They didn't.
I need to go look at the rule book, and I'm gonna go look at the rule book just because what's the rule on the spray? Like a player cannot touch the spray.
I mean, you're not supposed to move the ball from when the referee puts it down. You can pick it up and.
Did the referee put it down, or did he put it down?
The referee had already put it down. Yeah, he already sprayed it.
But he's not. But he's touching the spray.
Exactly. So, is it genius? Is he cheating?
David Luiz did this a couple of years ago. Actually, a couple players have done this. It's a heads up play. All right. So gaffs. We'll
I feel like this is the equivalent to like patching up the grass, like cutting the grass a little bit in the penalty spot when the other team is about to shoot.
So one of my favorite things to do is mark my area as a goalkeeper before the match, and you got to be slick about it, and you got to mess it up, like really mess it up, and then you mark it in the middle just so you know. As soon as you look back, you have a marker, a little skid of just your shoe just dug in. Because if it's between the penalty mark and the top of the small box, there it's just blank. So you still got to know where you're at. So if you look back and you think, okay, cool, you know how to direct yourself. But that's just as illegal, and that's a yellow card before the match begins. But all right, heads up play. The gaps, I'd love to see like a little bit more, mess ups.
I want to see some Sunday league,
some red cards, some madrazos. But yeah, that's a really good one. If you ain't cheating, you ain't trying. I like that, Jeff. 100%. Word life, Doctor of Thugonomics, right there. All right,
but yeah, let's move on to the great of the week. El Juego Bonito great of the week, and that's going to go to Luca de la Torre. San Diego player playing over in La Liga in Celta Vigo, gets a goal in the Copa del Rey against Valencia, which is one of their in-season tournaments as well. Getting on the score sheet, you kind of have, and getting an assist on a 3-1 win, you have to give him the great of the week, right?
Give this
I'll tell you this, CBS Sports Golazo saying that it's a worldie. It's a tap-in. It's a tap-in, but it's a goal.
Honestly, I was looking for the worldie, and I didn't see it. All right, so we got a mistake there by the goalkeeper who comes out all the way out.
Like,
oh my god!
He crosses. Yeah, it's like okay.
Relax. Goalkeeper messes up, goes way too far to take it out of the head of his own guy.
It's the worldie. That's a banger, dude.
Okay.
All right,
it's a goal. It counts.
It is a goal. It is a San Diego player in the Copa del Rey scoring a goal. That's impressive. That's cool. He also gets an assist for the third goal to make it a 3-1 win. So that's why Luca de la Torre gets our great of the week in our Juego Bonito segment.
Here you go. Here.
I'm sure he's very proud of winning that. Like, he's the first ever Juego Bonito and Two Balls in the Mic history to win the Great Award.
100%. And again, this is just the beginning of something cool. Something really
Messi's
cool.
bound to win it.
Messi's bound to win it. And again, we're going to look at the MLS. We're going to look at Liga MX. Send us, and this is what I really like about this, because I want to have we're working on different partners throughout the city to kind of support San Diego football and what we have. And so it'd be really cool to be like, hey, you get a $50 gift card if you win, goal of the week, and you're a local player. Like, sure, we can give goal of the week to Messi, like 100%. We can give goal of the week to Brandon Vasquez, and we'll hit him up. Be like, hey, dude, you won goal of the week. You won yourself a $50 Best Buy gift card. You can claim it. You have 2 weeks, a week to claim it. If it doesn't get claimed, it's all good. We'll just roll it into the next week. But yeah, so again, that'd be really cool to just get some highlights out there.
Scott would claim that shit right away.
Yeah, and you know what? If you scored the goal, if you have somebody who scored the goal, a sibling, a cousin, a tia who scored a really cool goal, and it's on video. Everybody has it on video.
Yeah.
Even if it's a save, like something really cool, we want to make that space to highlight the great soccer that is happening.
Get a great save, you might get the great award.
Exactly. The hero award. Looks like he healed it back. I know, but there was no goalkeeper.
I don't even think it was a back heel. I think he just kind of like crossed his leg over.
I'm hesitating to put it full screen just because, again, it's CBS Sports, and
but
you know what? We're here. We're here. Nobody's complaining. Because again, what's going to happen? What's going to happen when MLS comes in and all the highlights and everything's going to be packaged through Apple TV? And their copyright things. So let's take a look at this. Right. So there comes a cross. Goalkeeper is absolutely in no man's land. There's no blue jersey around him at all. 3 players that could have potentially gotten that ball out, but all right. Header. All right. Putting the chaos there.
Oh, it is? It is with this ride. Okay. That's more difficult.
It elevates it. It definitely elevates it.
It's not with this left. Okay.
100% elevates it.
Okay.
He should, but no, he should score that goal 10 out of 10 times because there's no goalkeeper.
Yeah, for sure. But I mean,
it takes
in a
lot
way,
of skill.
it's kind of like Raul Jimenez back heel, where he takes on the goalkeeper, and like it's an easy tap in. It's impressive. It's cool. Thank you for pointing that out,
Urban Legend.
Because from the small video, it looks like it's just with this left and it's a tap in. It is with this right. Back heels it in.
Absolutely. Machete gift card over for Lionel Messi will be great. But again, new segments coming in hot, and has been, and this is where, Tony, you put the thing. El Juego Bonito. Goals, gaffes, and greats.
We'll have a cooler song for it eventually.
I don't know. I mean,
I like it.
It's copyrighted. Or just put the old school 2 balls in a mic one.
Yeah, we don't want to go to copyright school again.
That one. But with that said, season's greetings from episode 208. We will have all the audio. Thank you to Brian Enge for joining us, COO of Surf, and everything that's going on with the tournament from Club America here in San Diego.
El America?
Arriba los tiburones. But again, this is kind of the new phase that we're walking into. Everything's going to be absolutely spiffy and fantastic as we keep rolling it out. San Diego.Futbol is the website. Go ahead and check that out at your leisure. Everything's going to go ahead and start popping.
You'll see me at Oceanside, Esteban.
Absolutely, it's going to be happening at Oceanside. Say hi to Chiva. Get yourself a high five. We're going to be working on merch. We're going to be working on stickers. We're going to be working on a lot of things to really get ourselves ready for the 2024-2025 transition for San Diego in terms of soccer. Rest in peace, Alvio.
Oh, R.I.P.
Season's greetings. You guys have been the best. Thank you guys for joining us, and thank you guys for being so awesome. See you guys on Oceanside. I need to get rid of these balloons and those thumbs up, but it's absolutely A-okay. See you on Saturday from 2 balls and a mic. Bye.